Good morning, Shane here. I've got another couple of poems for you. I was thinking about current world events with what's happening between Palestine and Israel and what's been happening between Russia and Ukraine over the last year or two, and the amount of suffering and pain that's been inflicted upon innocent people because of the the need for power that the leaders of these countries have. What's happening in Israel is quite terrible to watch because it seems like all sense of humanity's gone out the window just in this need to get rid of the terrorists and dominate the whole situation. So much suffering, so much death, and it's hard to turn on the news or turn on Facebook or whatever and see little children suffering and dying, and parents grieving in these situations. So it's very easy to get caught up in the drama of all that, and your spirit gets dragged down. And I think we need to find ways of getting these things into perspective and understanding the soul lessons behind it all. We come here to earth as a soul. We incarnate in a body, and we learn from the contrast. So we choose lessons, I guess you could say, in the negative to remind us what it is to, or how good it is to live in love and be part of the flow of source rather than being dragged into the fear that's generated by life. It's part of our soul progression. It's how we actually learn to evolve and raise ourselves above all these dramas. So I've written a couple of poems. The first one I want to read is called Why Do Bad Things Happen? Why do bad things happen? Why is there so much pain? Why do we never seem to learn and just repeat the bad over again? Why does this world seem so messed up? Why can't it ever evolve? Why can't all the problems and dilemmas ever seem to solve? Maybe that's not why we're here, and the world isn't ours to change. Maybe there's a much bigger picture, and it's ourselves we must rearrange. Maybe we're here to grow and evolve, to learn from the contrast of life. Maybe we're here to define what we want by transcending the pain and the strife. Maybe this is all an illusion, as real as it may seem, and when we see it for what it is, we awaken from the dream. Perhaps we need to feel the pain enough to want to make it go away. Maybe we have to look deep within to find a better way. And the reason we react to the contrast is the contrast letting us know that if we don't want to feel the pain, there's an easier way to go. You see, we change our worlds by first changing ourselves. And that's why we must turn within to understand the truth of ourself. And through that truth, let the changes begin. For the truth is, we are all eternal beings. And this world is but a game, a place to remember our higher selves and return to that state again. The truth is that nobody actually dies. We come, we learn, then we go. It's all for the benefit of our own souls. It's how our souls can grow. In a way, it's our source recognizing itself through our experience and our eyes, because we are source incarnated here, and it's our job to realize. So all of the pain and terrible things are just the contrast way of teaching us the power of good and how love saves the day. For love is our one true nature, and love is the only course in overcoming the bad things that happen that happen, because love is the nature of source. And when we learn that we are the creators of the experiences we have here on earth, we start to understand this world better and the reasons for our birth. All the lessons we put in our way, all the hardships and pain that we see, are the very lessons we draw to ourselves to transcend and finally be free. Then eventually we won't need the lessons. We stop seeing things as defective because we've awakened to the truth of it all, and we finally see with perspective. So why do bad things happen? Simply to help us grow, so we can become our fullness of love, and through us let that love show. Want to short circuit the bad? Want to rise above? Then the answer is really simple. Just go out and be love. Okay, so yeah, once again, that's talking about our reason for being here is really to learn the lessons, to direct us back towards our higher selves, towards our source, towards God. That was the lesson that Yeshua was teaching us, that we must learn to transcend the bad things of this world and become better people because of it, and maybe start working towards changing the world through love by first changing ourselves. So it's a hard thing to get your head around when you get caught into all the pain and suffering, and if you're an empathic sort of person like me, you tend to feel deeply the pain of people when you see it in the media, and it brings you to tears. There's plenty of times I've had tears in my eyes, and I'm a big hairy scary bloke, but it still gets to me. So it's understanding that through that compassion we can actually share love and actually help people turn around the way that they do things, so that we can actually start building on a better world for all. We'll never overcome the bad things. There's always going to be bad things because there's always souls coming in to learn lessons. But we can find peace within ourselves by learning that we are love incarnate and that we are eternal souls. We do not die. The whole death thing is a myth. I've seen too many. I've listened to too many near-death experiences. I've experienced what it is to have spirit speak to me from the other side. I know that this isn't the end. This isn't one little short mortal life. There is so much more to it. And when you really take that on in your inner being, if you really accept that, you understand that nothing in this world can really harm you. That we're safe. We even death. I mean, the biggest thing that worries me is pain. I don't like pain, and God knows the older I get, the more I'm feeling that. But the pain is temporary, and I mean, this life is such a blip anyway. Even though it seems to drag you down and make you feel bad for what you think is a long time. Time is an illusion anyway, and it's over in a blink. So overcoming the pain, learning to love yourself, and actually, surprisingly, when you start to love yourself and get in tune, you don't feel the pain so bad either, because you're aware of it, and you're still careful about what you do and what you don't do, because you might suffer in the end. But you're in the right headspace to deal with it. You're not letting it drag you down. Anyway, that aside, I've got another poem, and it's called The Drama Illusion. I can't invest in the dramas no more, all the bad news and things that upset. I'm not wanting to get dragged down that rabbit hole. Instead, I prefer to reset. I prefer to let go of the darkness and fear, and look for the things that bring light, to invest in a life with love at its core. I lost my spot. I'll start that again. I prefer to let go of the darkness and fear and look for the things that bring light, to invest in a life with love at its core, and instead of the wrong, look for right. Why waste my life in a miserable state when there's so much more good I can see, I can do? So I'm awakening to the truth of my being and allowing that light to flow through. Bad things are always going to happen, and though they seem pointless and cruel, letting them drag me down to their level is like dousing a fire with fuel. I'm choosing to keep my vibration buzzing, to attract better things to me. By aligning to life on a much higher plane, I can be happy and joyful and free. Got a couple of spelling mistakes in there. All that we have is this moment in life, and we choose the way that we live it. Isn't it time we step back from the world, and in this moment we love and forgive it? Because we choose to come here for the lessons life brings, so that we can remember and know that we are expressions of the divine source of all, and we are all part of the flow. So I don't get so caught up in the dramas no more. I see the truth of them in the confusion, and that nothing can harm my eternal self, because the dramas are just an illusion. And that's the lesson I think we need to learn, is that all of these dramas really are just an illusion, and we are actually the creators behind all this, because we chose these dramas to actually teach us and help us to evolve as individual souls, and also to help others evolve, because we are all one. So I think if we, as the previous poem said, start being love in the world, we are best placed to actually bring that into being. Okay, I'll leave you with that. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.